Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I believe that this week coming up might be the most important week in the history of digital assets and crypto. And I'm going to show you why at the end of this video. A lot of interesting, eye-opening things are going to be in this video because my eyes have been opened pretty wide over the last 24 hours over some things. Let's start here. Yesterday, XRP jumped on. We had about 48 hours of market pullback and consolidation, and then yesterday XRP kind of surged back past 60 cents. It jumped, and then it's kind of been dancing between 60 and 62 cents from what I've seen. Last night I stayed up late and watched the Tyson. Well, first I watched Auburn, Alabama. Auburn got creamed like I thought they would. Then I watched Georgia, South Carolina, and then I watched the Mike Tyson fight, and they called it a draw, even though it was not a draw. Mike Tyson beat that guy like a drum, but the fight went the distance, and they called it. I mean, it really is a sign of our times. In the past, you wouldn't see a boxer be so satisfied and giddy about a draw when he knew he won, but Tyson was literally almost happy for them to have declared a draw, which I thought was weird. Okay, here is the market. We have since the pullback over the last few days, and then the comeback yesterday. There's been about 40 billion. It got down to as low as 499 billion. There's been 40 billion added back into crypto. As you look here, XRP is sitting here at 60 cents. Bitcoin's up a little bit. Let's see if any of the others. Looks like Stellar's down. So anyway, right now we're kind of flat to a little bit down in some of these things. So we'll move forward from here. Joker he's my go-to trader that I like to look at his tweets when these markets are moving. He says, I see an ascending triangle is forming. The yellow triangle that looks like a rocket, massive breakout volume. This pattern technically targets $1, but this is XRP. It can pump all the way up to $3 in a month. Never say never. And this is what he's talking about. His little triangle that he's drawn here points to there. Okay. And then he also tweeted this one. Renko, I don't even know what a Renko chart is, but he says it's a type of chart developed by the Japanese. They're good at charting. This shows XRP targets $3. It is still dirt cheap. And here's his Renko chart. Okay. So that's the charting stuff for the day. Okay. Now here's where things get interesting. I want to show you something. This part of this is for it's for the benefit of those of you that have not been here over the last few years. Okay. I've literally been talking about primarily one company and one digital asset in all of crypto. And I've been invested in XRP since 2013, but I've been talking about Ripple and XRP primarily two or three videos a day for over 2 years on this channel. Okay. So how can you stay that focused on one company and one digital asset? Well, the reason is very simple. It's that the people in this company, the people that have gone to this company, the things they've said that keeps you focused in that this is more than just some company. Or as not Dilip Rao, Naveen Gupta said, Ripple is no ordinary company. We are either going to put a dent in the universe or just go away. That's what he said. He said that Ripple was the like Google for search. Ripple was for the Internet of Value. Okay. So, but here's the type of things that have been said that have kept me focused on this one company, because I have known that this is not an ordinary company. They said it. I've known that the things they're saying are not said by startup companies unless they are connected all the way to the top and the heights of power. Miguel Valles, when he was running XRP Markets, he said, "We remain more committed than ever to the simple goal of making XRP the world's reserve digital currency." I remember the first time I read that and I said, who says that? Who says something like that that's working for a startup in San Francisco? Doesn't make any sense unless there's something much larger at play. So then we had this. This was Mickey B. Fresh had posted this a while back. This is Brad Garlinghouse. Well,
rather than having a smaller number with a very high price, they saw it as something they wanted to be effectively a global reserve currency. I think the opportunity, because they saw.
Okay, so he says they wanted it to be a global reserve currency. Again, who says that? That's the CEO of Ripple right there. Who says that? Okay. And then I remembered this. This was in a document put out by the World Bank where it referred to XRP as a supranational currency. And then you'll remember I've shown the video on this channel before. Chris Larson said that he thought that XRP would be similar to like the Swiss franc. And Miguel Valles said that the goal was to have the liquidity of a G10 currency. G10 currency being like the US dollar or the Swiss franc. G10 currency. Who would say these kinds of things? Only people who are connected all the way to the heights of power would make bold claims like this. This is the other thing that we have seen for the last 2 or 3 years. We have seen, for those of you that don't know, The Economist magazine supposedly is owned by the Rothschild family, the most powerful family in the world, the wealthiest and most powerful. This is a magazine that has been talked about around XRP and this whole space for the last 2 years. And it's from The Economist magazine in 1988. And this was the cover of it. Get ready for a world currency. And it showed cash burning underneath a phoenix. This bird's a phoenix. Okay. Now let's fast forward to, today. IMF tweets this out. November 28th. So yesterday they tweet this out. Remaking the post, world. Do you know what that is? That, my friends, is a phoenix. And I decided to blow it up because I want to show you something. When you look closely at this picture, and I want to remind you, I want to say it again, for over 2 years, or really back in 2018, this is all, we saw this Economist magazine cover and people were associating it with XRP being a new world reserve digital currency, like a bridge currency, supranational currency. Well, and we saw, and I'll show you this as well in a minute, that we saw Brad Garlinghouse and all these different people going from meeting with the IMF, Christine Lagarde when she ran the IMF. We saw all of this. And now the IMF is talking about a great reset and they're talking about a post, world. Look at this picture that they have. This is from the IMF. Look at this picture. And I want you to see if you recognize anything in this picture because I sure do. The first thing you need to take note of is these stars. You know what these stars, it looks like constellations. These look like constellations to me. Looks kind of like Stellar's website when you think about it. You see this right here? Look right here. See these this is Stellar's website, folks. Now let's go back. What else do you see? You know what those are? Those, my friends, are nodes. Do you know where you see those? Look at Ripple's website. This is the XRP section of Ripple. Is this not this? It is. And what else do we see? We see bar charts, kind of like the charts that we look at when we're looking at some of these on Coinbase and different things like that. You see these digits. We've seen these kind of numbers in all sorts of graphics having to do with crypto and digital assets over the years. What are the chances, folks? There are no coincidences. So let's take this a little step further and let's look around here, because many of you have not been here over the last 2 years. So here's the IMF's little graphic, right? What I just showed you. And then there's the Economist cover. And then there's Brad Garlinghouse back. I believe that was 2019 or 18. He's on stage with the Deputy General Counsel for the International Monetary Fund. This was the same video where the audience asks if XRP will be, or if central banks, I think, would hold digital assets. And Brad Garlinghouse starts laughing, and he was all giddy on stage, extremely overconfident, sitting beside an IMF, the General Counsel of the IMF. And then we remember this in Switzerland, where Brad Garlinghouse is in the room with all of these central bankers. All the world's a stage, folks. All the world's a stage. You remember those things. You know what else we remember? We remember Rachel Lee, who no longer has a Twitter account, disappeared. Look at what her symbol was, her icon for, what do you call it? Is it not an icon? It's, her, whatever, it'll come to me in a minute. If you think only JP Morgan was calling crypto a scam, well, this is back in 2018, I think she said this. Scam while building their own secretly. Think again, because there's a whole new global financial system being built in secret for years. Now by the IMF, BIS, central banks, etc. XRP will take the role the US dollar plays today. We are impatient and we want to see XRP get to 1,000 in the blink of an eye. XRP will easily glide to 3 and 4 digits when the world is ready to accept and fully implement the new global financial system. All efforts are being made to position XRP as a global reserve bridge asset. And she also said this: the XRP you hold is gold. It will become the supranational currency. There's that word again, which will be used by every bank, company, nation, etc. that needs to move money across borders, plus other uses. No longer a single nation will control the world's reserve currency. The situation remains imminent. Are you starting? Does my son need to draw you a picture? Because they just drew you a picture, okay? Here's the picture right here. Does my son need to draw you a picture of a phoenix? He's drawn one before. Does he need to draw you a picture of this phoenix? Because that, my friends, there are no coincidences. It's not a coincidence that we're seeing all these nodes sitting here. It's not a coincidence that you're looking at the background of Stellar's freaking website. They're both involved in this. They're both involved in this. It's not a coincidence that Rachel Lee had that as her, whatever you call them, icon, whatever. Okay. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence that was talked about for freaking 2 years on Twitter, and all of a sudden the IMF is putting a picture of a freaking phoenix. There are no I'm beating my table now. There are no coincidences. Okay? Now, RizXRP. I Am Legion is back. I Am Legion, he left, I think it was right after the election. He left, decided to leave. And then he came back, and you'll see he's the official dot connector of the Digital Asset Investor channel. So he's back, and now we have, hopefully we still have access to his huge archive of information. In fact, I think I saw where, I haven't gone through the thread, but I'll show you that he did it. He did a thread this morning. I think he was ready to be back because he had a thread that I swear I saw somewhere. Let's see here. I'll find it later. Anyway, he had a thread that looked like it was interesting. I hadn't had a chance to go through. But welcome back to I Am Legion. This guy has done some of the best research in the XRP land ever. David Schwartz had tweeted this. And by the way, I'm going to blow your mind some more at the end of this video. David Schwartz, I just happened to stumble on this really cool old picture of me. I have no idea where I was, what I am doing, or when this was taken. David Schwartz is always speaking in code. Who knows what's in this picture that somebody's going to find? I haven't really looked at it closely. Okay, now, I'm getting a vibe that something major is about to happen with regard to regulation. I'm about to show you why, but look at this. Ripple executives, this is DJ Peter Voss. Ripple executive says that days of Bitcoin maximalism are over. I think this is a pretty timely thing. He was being interviewed on something. He says, I think, this is Ashish Burla, I think that the days when folks believed that there would only be Bitcoin, I think are over. I think it's clear that there's going to be a lot of digital asset and there's going to be a lot more traditional assets that are going to be tokenized. All right. You know, that's a pretty bold claim right there. All right. Now look at this. And I turned to my wife this morning when I saw this piece of news, and I was giving her an example, just saying, now think about this. You got all these big boys that are coming to put their money at this, and there's only a certain amount. They're not going to be able to get their hands on as much as they want. There's literally going to be a shortage of some of these digital assets, and people aren't going to be able to get them. Guggenheim, this is from XRP Crypto Wolf, who's also back. He took a little break a little while back. Guggenheim Fund files to be able to invest up to $500 million in Bitcoin. Guggenheim filed with the SEC to allow its $5 billion Macro Opportunities Fund gain exposure to Bitcoin by investing 10% of the fund's net asset value in Grayscale's Bitcoin Trust. Now think about this, folks. That's one company. What are we going to do when it's 2,000 companies? What are the prices going to go to of these digital assets when these guys are all diversifying amongst, let's say, the top 3 to 5 digital assets, and they literally can't get their hands on anymore? What's going to happen then? What's the prices going to be? Then XRP Crypto Wolf tweeted this out. XRP Google trends exploded to levels unseen since 2017 bull run. In 2017, the price of XRP peaked at over $3. At the time, Google Trends' popularity of the word XRP hit 100 points out of 100. During the recent rally a few days ago, it rose to 63 points. Okay, I wanted to make you aware of this. XRP scammers are targeting hardware wallet owners. A large number of XRP scam victims reported over the past 2 days, so please spread the word to help. Listen, rule number 1, do not give your 24 seed phrase words to anyone. Ledger is not going to ask you for them. Okay, that's the number 1 rule. Number 2, don't click on anything that claims to be from Ledger in your email. Now, last night I was sitting on my back patio and I got a text from someone with a Ledger link trying to get me to click on the link. Okay, it came in a text form. So anything that you see that's being texted to you or emailed to you from Ledger to click on something, don't do it, because they are trying to get access to your stuff. All right, Bitfinex, we're pleased to announce that Bitfinex will support the Flare Network's upcoming airdrop of Spark Flare tokens for Ripple XRP holders. Also, Flare Finance had tweeted this out. In response to Coinbase not supporting the airdrop, Flare Finance would like to remind the community that if XRP is held on Coinbase, holders will not receive any airdrops that will come for XRP or Flare. So, and it says, please move your XRP before December the 12th. So they're telling you to move it. And just off the top of my head, 2 platforms that I know are going to support it is BitTrue and Uphold. I know they're supporting the Flare drop. Now, this was very interesting. It came across my desk this morning. And by the way, folks, I decided that I was going to make the change, and I ordered myself an Apple MacBook, whatever you call it, MacBook Pro. I ordered one so that I could take myself in. I figured at 46 I can go ahead and learn this stuff because I won't be able to when I'm older. My dad is trying to make he's the official father of the Digital Asset Investor channel, and he's trying to make the change to Apple in his 70s. And I figured, I'm going to go ahead and do it while I'm young, relatively young, 46. And so I did it. And so we might be surfing in a lot more interesting environment here shortly. There may be a lot less hiccups. Now, right here, this is interesting, folks. Now, remember, I tweeted this out today. Michael Arrington, this is a retweet. Michael Arrington said, December 3rd, crypto people, mark your calendars. All right. I believe that this week is going to be the biggest week in the history of crypto. All right. I'm going to show you this guy's channel. Well, I'll show you his channel first. I want you all to go watch this guy's video. He calls himself The Accountant. The title of his video is U.S. Treasury says Bitcoin XRP currency bans cold storage, ends Bitcoin, and increases crypto taxes. So this is the gist of what he's saying is going to happen this week. He thinks that these announcements are going to come this week. Here's the clip where he's talking about them.
Because they have developed this software and worked with banks and worked with regulators across the world, they're ready for this. They were literally built for this pending regulation that's probably going to come out within the next few days, as far as I have heard, following Twitter feeds, that in the next couple days we're going to hear from the Treasury. And then from that point on, there's a meeting with the Commodities Futures Trading Commission that they will actually talk about something on the 3rd of December.
All right. So this is a very interesting video. And he's basically saying that he thinks that these things will be declared a currency, and he thinks that they're going to be taxed as ordinary income going forward. And he says he thinks that the Treasury is going to announce that they're going to ban cold storage, which is possible. You know, like Ledger Nano S's and those things, we've been storing our stuff on those because we didn't have any safer option. And so I believe he could be right here. And I believe what's going to happen is, at that point, we'll probably all be given a certain amount of time where we have to get our assets onto the exchange or approved exchanges or whatever. But I think at the same time, what we have not had, and the reason we haven't wanted to have anything on the exchanges, is because we haven't had any guarantees. You know, the way that you would put your money on an E-Trade and you'd buy stocks, you don't worry about whether or not you're going to own those stocks or whether or not a hacker is going to get your stocks. I think that in conjunction with an announcement like that, we will also be able to put our things on exchanges or with banks or whatever, and that we will have those options. We won't have to worry about custody anymore. Think PolySign, okay? And that's PolySign for those of you that don't know what I just said. Okay, so this is a very interesting, and he's also, now the ending Bitcoin part, I don't know, but anyway, so, and then you'll remember that what goes hand in hand with what he's saying there is Brian Armstrong tweeted this out. We went over this on this channel. So he said that he's heard rumors that the U.S. Treasury and Steve Mnuchin were planning to rush out some regulations. So what that means is maybe Michael Arrington heard the same rumor. How about that? Okay, I wanted to make you all aware of something. I've been telling you, and there are still sales in the description of if you're needing Ledger Nano S or a YubiKey, and also the what was the other one? Oh, PureVPN's having their 88% off sale. Those are all in the description for their Black Friday sales. But guess who has never done this, is having a Cyber Monday, 1-day sale. Unstoppable Domains. And I want to make you aware of this. This has not started yet. It's tomorrow. Unstoppable Domains. Cyber Monday sale starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow, Monday to midnight on Monday. Buy one domain name, get one free. Monday, November 30th only. Applies to any domain at any price. No limit on domains or amount purchased. This starts tomorrow, and you will be able to go it'll be at the top of the description of my videos. Just click the link and you can go buy one, get one free. That is an awesome deal. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. The sale of the year is going to be at Unstoppable Domains tomorrow. So be on the lookout in the description of my videos. Thanks for listening.